Hey guys, this is the first time I've made a recording using my tablet. Of course, usually it's just this not so smartphone. And I'm amazed at the clarity. It's not that I'm admiring myself at all. Jeepers, I gotta shave. I don't have neighbors on the three sides, and the neighbors across the road are fantastic. We get along great. I can shoot here. I've shot turkeys right out of the house on the other side of that little pond. So it's pretty nice. On some of the videos that I make, not just in its entirety, but there are sections of videos that I have to do over, like, I'll bet at least 20 to 30, maybe 40, 50 times. I've got a couple things I'm dealing with at this point in my life. One of them I mentioned, that's moderate COPD. I've got emphysema and I've never smoked, nothing. But somehow it got into the DNA, I suppose. But it's the second one that's really bothering me, and it's an undiagnosed degenerative nerve disease of my legs. I'm losing my ability to walk, and that kind of sucks. I've been through a lot, with cancer 3 times and all sorts of other stuff, but my legs used to be the strongest part of me, and now they're the weakest. I don't know. I'll deal with it. I always do. So I think that what I'm going through sometimes, it affects my ability to speak. It's interesting if you were to, like, sit back and just observe, and how I can't catch the words or the sentences or the phrases in their entirety and correctly a lot of the time, or else things will be going fine and I just mispronounce a word. It's like, where'd that come from? Because I feel really comfortable right now. I don't think I've made too many mistakes, but I just wanted to be open with you guys. I try to be that way, and I want to introduce you to 2 sponsors of this channel, and I'm very appreciative. We have a mutual interest when it comes to rights and people knowing the rights and public education, and I've been working on these fellas for 4 or 5 years, and they finally agreed to help. And Rise of the Oathbreakers Part 1 and Rise of the Oathbreakers Part 2. $35, a few hours of your time, and it's almost like an honorary degree in criminal justice, and you didn't even have to do the work. It's all been done. $35 and a few hours invested. You'll know your rights, and you'll know more about the law and constitutional rights than the average police officer. And I mean that. They're not going to be able to compete with us. And if we want to be wise in the way we go about dealing or interfacing with law enforcement, we have to have the knowledge to back it up. No clever slogans, no clever jingles, nothing like that. Just, let's take back the streets. It's right here. Okay, $35 and a few hours. I appreciate these guys. They can be kind of difficult at times, but most of the time we get along. Just recently, there was an auditor who promoted both books, and I was very appreciative. And that video had over 1,000 comments. And how many do you think mentioned the books? The good news, at least it wasn't in negative territory. Very good. So I guess this went okay, and we'll get into the main video. And this is one that really pissed me off. And it's one where, when I looked at those 2 officers in that video, I actually had hatred for them. It's not, oh, I was somewhat disappointed, or, they really let people down. No, I hate them. Because what they did is just so antithetical to being an American citizen, and they don't care anyway. All right, we'll get into the video. I already started it. the introduction. That's why you'll see, I think I'm wearing like a blue or teal colored shirt. Kind of like my eyes. Oh, I don't want to touch these frames. Remember, these fell. And you know what I did is I just stuck them together and then I hit them with a Zippo. And I don't know, I welded them with a Zippo. What? All right. We'll see you in the video.
Attaboy, Calvin. Piss on the government, just like it piss on us.
Before I came out, I made sure to bring my tablet. Apple. Brought the landline. You never know. Hello. Doesn't work. Brought my hammer. That's why. I brought my Let's Go Brandon flag. I don't know why they put it in plastic. It's not like it's going to fly very well. And then I brought this out. The Devil's Tool. Look at that. Put an eye out. I have no idea why I brought that. You know. Hold on. Just in time for a car. Let me guess. It's going to be a Ford. Chevy pickup. Sorry, Chevy owners. Wait a minute. I'm driving a Nissan Rogue now. Go Nissan. That used to be called what, guys? Oh, here comes the Ford. See? Subaru. Don't tell anybody, but there's a bunch of hippies live up here. What was Nissan called, guys? Come on, you old guys. What was the Nissan called? Datsun. D-A-T Sun. Datsun. I remember when they were Datsuns, I tell you. They were interesting cars. If you got like on a muddy road and everything just balled up with that mud and stuff, you could still push it. True story. You trust me, don't you? The reason I'm out here and I'm mad is because of that video, Lackluster. I don't know if you've heard of Lackluster. He's got like 11 subscribers and puts out really shitty content. Lackluster showcased it about a week and a half ago on behalf of the original videographer, and I'll give that person proper credit down in the description section. I've always wanted to say that, down in the description section. That means I'm in the big leagues now. A fella was in Walker, Louisiana at night at a gas station, a couple cops making a traffic stop. He filmed them, and then when he was done, he drove over to a nearby car wash, and a nearby open car wash. And he was going to wash his car. He had a line of quarters, lined up there on his front passenger seat, and he's smoking a cigarette. And here come the two cops who he filmed over there at the gas station, and of course they're there to harass him, and they do that. You're loitering. I know you've probably seen it. But like everything else, hello. Like everything else, I'm going to provide my own interpretation of events by pointing out some of the things that I'm sure other content creators have missed. As far as the next point I want to make, I'm going to go ahead and insert a different video, just a snippet, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I haven't described it yet, but I just need you to watch. You'll see. The auditor in this video is Trey Citizen. You'll remember this. He's been confronted for filming the parking lot, cars and such, and they're demanding his ID. And he's doing that felony or misdemeanor. He really doesn't know what else to say, but I want you to watch who's coming from the right side. That's Lieutenant Holcomb. And he's going to do exactly what I want you to see.
So anytime somebody calls in and reports suspicious activity,
it's suspicious of felony or misdemeanor.
it's neither one, but he asked.
Okay, thank you. So he said it was a misdemeanor. So now we have a conflict on which one it is.
We don't have a conflict at all. We have a conflict with
hold on,
your acting,
whoa,
sir.
whoa.
Taping our parking lot in today's day and age. That's fine.
Whoa.
That's fine. You ain't got to whoa nothing.
Whoa. What's your name and badge number?
My badge number is 201. It's Lieutenant Holcomb.
Whoa.
HOLCOMBE. Now.
Whoa.
Let me have an ID.
This is the intimidation factor right here.
Have an ID, please.
What crime have I committed?
What
crime have I committed?
An ID.
What crime have I committed?
An ID. You're gonna be failure to listen to a law enforcement officer ask you for an ID.
What crime have I committed?
An ID?
What
Have you got an
crime?
ID?
What crime have I committed?
Have you got an ID?
What crime have I committed?
Videotaping our parking lot and walking around the police.
Is that a crime?
Yes, sir. Right now, in the day and age that we're dealing with, yes, sir. It is a crime.
What crime have I committed today?
Anytime there's a suspicious person.
Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
It's a. Let me see your ID.
Whoa.
You got the count of three, or you're going to jail.
Now you gotta see. I got one hand on my camera.
One.
Whoa.
Two.
Don't show me.
You're under arrest.
I call it the loop, where they just keep saying the same thing over and over and over, and usually it's, a demand for ID, and it's because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. So they fall back on, the thing that's always going to work, the demand for ID, whether it's warranted or not. In this case, it wasn't warranted. There's no crime. This is exactly what plays out in the video we're going to watch now, so let's get to it.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. About yourself? Name and badge numbers?
Officer Chester, Walker Police Department.
How you doing? How you doing? And yours? Look at him running the plate. Look at this. Come on, Craven. What you doing?
Huh?
Was this the car wash?
Car wash, yeah.
Car wash.
What you doing, Craven?
What's up, Bubba? You doing all right?
Yeah, about yourself, man.
Good. You got a license, registration, insurance on you?
4.
Or your license actually where I can identify you?
4.
Because you're loitering at this point. You're not using this business.
I bet you I got quarters out on my seat that I was fixing to wash my car.
Okay, well, you've been here.
I've been here for 4 minutes. I've been here for 4 minutes. I've already been here for
the owner.
Okay.
This is loitering. You're not using
This is not loitering. This is not loitering.
You're not using the business.
So I can't use my phone. I can't hang up on the phone call. This is not loitering.
Can I have your ID, please, sir?
Craven, really? You gonna go this far?
Can I have your ID, please, sir?
For sitting here for 3 minutes before I wash my car?
Can I have your ID, sir?
And finish this cigarette before?
Can I have
For
your
what
ID,
crime?
sir?
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
I just said you were loitering. I've always
It's not loitering.
Yes, it is. It is. 100%.
I've been sitting here for 3 minutes and I've got it all on camera. I've got it all on camera.
No problem.
I've got it all on camera.
Can I see your ID, please?
For what crime?
I just said loitering.
Loitering. That is not loitering, sir.
Okay. Can you show me your ID, please, sir? One more time. Can I identify you, please, sir? I have a lawful right to identify you. You're committing a crime, loitering. If you don't identify yourself, by state law, that's resisting an officer.
Did you see that? No, seriously, did you see that? It was with Craven. He just stepped in a big pile of steaming dog shit. And I can tell you why. I hope you guys caught it. But it was so glaring. Oh, he screwed up. That was the biggest fuck up he had in his life other than being born. Let's continue.
Do you know that?
I know 14-108.
I'm telling you, that is
1408.
I'm telling you, that's
108. Am I right or wrong?
resisting an officer
14.108.
because you're failing to identify yourself.
It's not failure to ID if there's no
Yes.
crime being committed.
You are committing a crime.
I've got quarters. I've already showed the quarters on my passenger
You
seat.
haven't
I
showed me
had to
quarters.
finish.
You haven't
I
showed
was
me
trying to
quarters.
finish my cigarette before I washed my car.
Can you give me your ID, please?
You really want to go this way? All right, watch
Show
this,
me your
people.
ID.
Rights violations. 4th Amendment rights violations
Sure,
right
absolutely.
here.
Show it to me.
This is a 4th Amendment rights violation right here, people. I was finishing my cigarette, fixing to wash my car because it's dirty, and he wants to come up and violate my 4th Amendment rights right here.
Talking about search and seizure?
No, this is a 4th Amendment right to my papers, persons, and effects for committing no crime.
That's not-
There's no
that's
crime.
not-
There's no crime being. There's no. I don't give a shit what you got to say. There's no crime being committed here. I was fixing to wash my car. I was finishing my cigarette. I've been here for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and it's all on camera. So you're about to look stupid in front of everybody. What's your badge number? 34. I already got 32 fired because of some stupid shit like this. And Craven knows who the hell I am. Look at this. Look at this. Let me show you all my quarters again that I was going to wash my car with. They're all right here. I was finishing my cigarette, fixing to wash my car, and he decides to come over and tell me I am loitering.
So if you're not using this business,
I'm using this business.
So we've been sitting over there for over 4 minutes.
Oh, so we're judging this whole entire stop over 3 and 4 minutes.
But we've been
3 or 4
over
minutes.
3 or 4 minutes.
I don't.
You did not step out your
Dude, it
car.
takes 6 minutes. It takes 6 minutes to smoke my cigarette. It takes 6 minutes to smoke my cigarette. It takes 6 minutes to smoke my cigarette.
It is.
Well, that's fine. Yes, and I'm recording the whole entire thing. Oh my God! Yeah, right.
This officer is a child with a badge, a gun, and qualified immunity. This is the kind of individual that they hire in police departments. He probably flunked the psych test, which got him put on the top of the let's hire him list. He kept talking over the gentleman because he wasn't going to listen anyway. And not letting this gentleman get a word in edgewise means he didn't have to listen to and then respond to any kind of valid challenge question or any statement that he knew would make him look stupid and that he was violating this gentleman's constitutional rights. So he just kept talking. Complete gibberish. Then again, this is what passes for normal in Louisiana.
Dude,
So you're not using this business at all. Where are your quarters at?
they're right here.
Let me see your quarters.
Right here. They're right there in the passenger seat.
Okay.
They're right there. See them all lined up across the seat right there?
Down there,
Okay.
lined up. But why did you
Okay, but I have a right to smoke a cigarette before I wash my car, you idiot.
Okay.
Idiot.
That's fine.
Y'all are fisting. Craven's fisting to get fired. Y'all just lost y'all's qualified immunity.
That's it.
How does any of this promote humanity or make the world a better place to live? This is ridiculous, and it's sad.
Yeah, y'all just lost y'all's qualified immunity. Yep.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this one time, okay?
I'm washing my car.
Are you gonna listen to me?
I don't have to listen to you. That's the thing. I'm washing my car. Now, did you run my driver's license so I can continue with my night?
Can I talk to you or not?
I have no reason to listen to what you got to say. I'm just going to wash my car.
All he was
After I
doing was
finish it.
identify you.
But it is a Fourth Amendment violation for no
it's
crime
not.
being
It's not.
committed.
You
You committed a crime. Loitering is a crime.
Loitering is. I have
Loitering
been sitting here
is
for
a
3 minutes.
crime.
Listen to this, people. Listen to
Loitering
this.
is a crime.
This is ignorant.
Now we're back to that big pile of steaming dog shit that Craven stepped in. What did he just say? 14 times up to this point. Loitering is a crime. Loitering is a crime. Loitering is a crime. Loitering is a crime. Then how come the gentleman wasn't arrested for loitering? What you're looking at right now, that's your defense strategy right there. You just won your case if you're falsely arrested. So why wasn't he arrested for loitering? Because they knew they'd never be able to prove that in a court of law. So he then moved from loitering to resisting an officer. Oh, I see. They wanted to ID the man, which they did, and they kept saying that loitering was a crime. Why didn't they arrest him for loitering? I don't even hardly know what to say, guys. I mean, I've never seen anything like this pettiness and chicken shit law enforcement. These officers are scumbags. They're not even human beings. They're just scumbags. They're 1,000 times worse than the people they arrest. At least criminals admit they're criminals. And what they did to the gentleman is something that just validates what I've been saying, and you'll remember this. We're only as free as the police allow us to be free, which means our freedom is dependent upon an officer's mood at the time. One more time, we're only as free as the police allow us to be free, which means our freedom is dependent upon an officer's mood at the time. There it is. I mean, it just played out right in front of us. And this is the United States of America. He wasn't hurting anything. He wasn't damaging property. He wasn't hurting anyone. What was he doing? He was trying to wash his car. And that's what I mean. These officers are scumbags. They have no concept of freedom or any kind of understanding of how they just destroyed freedom because they want to retaliate because they're children. I've never seen anything like this. It's the United States of America, but it doesn't matter. We're only as free as the police allow us to be free, which means our freedom is dependent upon an officer's mood at the time. I mean, if he hadn't given his ID, and I'm not criticizing him about that, but if he hadn't given Craven his ID, they would have chained and thrown him in a cage without a second thought. And remember, it wouldn't have been for loitering, it would have been for resisting an officer, which sounds really scary. He resisted an officer, and that could have led to him being charged and possibly convicted. He resisted an officer. Loitering, of course, has gone by the wayside. You understand that's why I do this.
why I parse out these particulars during these contacts. Why wasn't he arrested for loitering? Why did they skip over that and go with resisting an officer? Arrest him for loitering, and bam, you got his ID. And this brings me to the second thing I like to say, and I say it quite often because it's important. Folks have to understand, and it's this. It doesn't matter that it was an unlawful detention. As soon as the officers had detained the gentleman, they had authorized themselves to what? Do you remember? They had authorized themselves to use force and violence in the event of noncompliance. Force and violence in the event of noncompliance. Officers from around the country do this kind of chicken shit law enforcement for one reason, other than the fact they're psychopaths, and that is they know they can get away with it. The system of so-called justice is so intrinsically evil and corrupt. This is the result. And the empowerment ultimately comes down to the sheep and the bootlickers, the ones who will paper over everything that the police do because they walk on water, they wear the white hats, and they're always the good guys. We know better than that. Anybody who's paying attention knows that that's not true. We're only as free as the police allow us to be free, and it doesn't matter if it's an unlawful detention. As soon as the police make a detention, they've authorized themselves to use force and violence in the event of noncompliance. Let's go ahead and end the video there. Meaningful police reform. Sure. Unicorns, passenger pigeons, and dodo birds. Good luck, America.